we've roped in Professor Peter Baur from the School of Economics at the University of Johannesburg as we continue to look at the country's labour market in commemoration of the World Day of Decent Work. Prof, great having you with us. A very good afternoon to you. So as we commemorate World Day of Decent Jobs, but the country still grappling with many a challenge with the high unemployment rates, especially among youth and even graduates. Throw in the inequality at workplaces in terms of payments and benefits, coupled with a lot of companies and employers not adhering to our current labour laws. You have a serious part then brewing of labour market instability.
Yes, yeah, we do definitely have serious challenges. I mean, if you take a look at youth unemployment, which is one of my key concerns in the moment, we're sitting at about 60 odd percent. So a great many young people, and these are the young people who are contributing quite significantly, or could contribute quite significantly to our economy, and they're sitting without jobs. Obviously, our official unemployment rate sitting around 36%. And if you take a look at our expanded definition, we're looking at anything up to about 40 odd percent. So almost 1 in 2 people in South Africa are currently unemployed. And of course, this spills over into the households, household incomes, and a huge dependency burden on households, on income earners. This, of course, translates into the challenges of the minimum wage in South Africa at 27 Rand approximately per hour. And sometimes we wonder that, even given that current situation, is that sufficient to support people who are experiencing this high unemployment currently? And then, of course, the social security benefits. I believe that a lot more could be done to try and up the social security benefits to protect especially the pension portion of our population, and those, of course, without jobs. So, yeah, we're sitting with a significant unemployment problem.
Prof, look, I mean, COSATU going on a nationwide strike to, of course, call on government to address these very challenges that you and I have both outlined. But many are very critical of their silence as well as their stance in the recent jobs bloodbath in the various sectors, and saying this action is just maybe a little too late. What do you think?
Yes, I completely agree. It is too late. This is something we should have been bringing to the forefront many years ago, over the last number of years. Obviously, South Africa had experienced its own fair share of economic challenges, many of them brought on by the global economic conditions. We saw increasing energy prices worldwide. It led to massive inflation around the world. This, of course, impacted our trade balances. Many countries around the world responded with higher interest rates, which slowed down productivity, which had an impact then on our export sector, and of course impacted on our job creation. What is really great right now, and hopefully to continue, is downward pressure on the interest rates. As inflation has come within the inflation targets, we are hoping to see inflation rates come down. However, we are seeing a turn in our economy. Our PMI index is very positive. Business confidence index is going up. Consumer confidence is going up. So the economy actually right now is turning around. And as the global economies are starting to grow again, as they have started to reduce their interest rates as well, greater levels of trade starting to take place, we should hopefully be able to ride with that wave, that global growth. Obviously, given the global challenges that we're still continuing to experience.
All right. And Prof, I mean, 30 years into democracy, many policies as well as legislation has been put forward to effectively deal with all our labour market challenges, yet we're still way behind. So let's look at innovative ways that not only government can provide as tangible solutions to how we can really create as well as sustain jobs. We have a serious issue of students not studying for those lucrative as well as highly employing jobs. So there needs to be a holistic overhaul of the entire system from grassroots level.
I think so. The big challenge right now is to support the business sector. The business sector is your major job creator. We can't rely on government to create jobs. It's not its primary objective. The private sector, however, has that possibility. And so greater support to the private sector, and we could provide greater support in a number of different ways. Infrastructural support, and infrastructural support goes quite wide, including, for example, support in terms of the healthcare. We saw COSATU mentioning that earlier on. We're also talking about access to universities, fees. The cost of education is really, really high, and for a great many people to get through a university degree is expensive. But at the same time, these costs are also associated with or have additional challenges. Household incomes might not be there to support. So support of infrastructure is also critical in our economy. And of course, then supporting our workers through some form of additional support, either through education, health, developing better infrastructure in terms of railway networks, and then, of course, providing suitable infrastructure for businesses, including, definitely continue to build on our electricity infrastructure and providing a proper infrastructure to export our goods and to continue to build up proper relationships with other countries in terms of trade agreements, which is something we are doing, but to continue with that in a very positive way, to really put South Africa back onto that export market map again.
Absolutely, Prof. And of course, the president at some point did say that government cannot create those jobs. So you're right in saying that we need to be supporting the private sector as well as businesses to be creating that highly needed employment. Thank you so much for your valuable input this afternoon. Professor Peter Baur, the economist at the University of Johannesburg.